Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tech Room series. I am going to get started. I know we have a few more people coming in to the room, so I'll just keep an eye on that for the moment as well. And just to let everybody know, this session is being recorded so that you have access to it after again. I'm just going to ask everybody if they can mute themselves as well. If you do have a question, feel free to put it into the chat. Also, do feel free to let us know where you are calling in from. Let us know about yourself. If you want to add in your details so people can find you and connect with you, please feel free to do that as well. For those who don't know, my name is Tara Elzingre. I am an AI strategist and digital tool trainer. I support small business owners, SMEs, in learning how to use AI and automation where it suits their business by teaching them different tools, possibly tools that they're already using and may not know about some of the new features. And this is where I have decided to start this webinar series, the TEC Control Room. As I said, we do have more people who are meant to be joining us here today now as well. So I will keep an eye on people coming in, but we are going to keep going just because we only have 30 minutes and I really want to make sure that you get something really, really solid out of this today. That's the whole point of this Tech Control Room series. It's that you have one key takeaway every time you use one. Now, can I just make sure that everybody can see my screen properly there now as well? Just going to pause there for a second because I just realized. There we go. Just going to make sure you can see my screen properly and everything is good there again. So for those who use Canva, I'd love to know as well, are you on the paid version or are you on the free version of it? We do have the story and hook formula that we're going to go through today, but that can only actually be used for people who are on the paid version of it as well. So hopefully everyone is able to come in and join us. Welcome to those who are coming in late. Just letting everyone know we're just going to crack on because I'm very conscious of time and I really love to keep a few minutes at the end for some Q&A as well. And I'm going to give it a few minutes, but I do have some just kind of freebies that I want to give, some templates and stuff like that as well that I want to share with you here today, and I will be sharing those in the chat soon. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to make sure everybody gets a chance to come in, and as I said, this is being recorded, so you will have access to it after as well. If you have any questions and want to put them into the chat, feel free to do so, and if you want to put in your details so that people can connect with you, please do that as well. So from today, 36 pieces of content. That's one of the things that I would really love for you to get out of here today using the story and hook formula that I have created. It's really going to go through the 3-step process, and that's probably going to be the main part of it now today, looking at how to plan your content, more importantly, how to create that content and how to edit it using some of the new features that you may not be aware that are on Canva, some of the apps, exploring some of that as well. If you have any specific questions, as I said, feel free to put them into the chat and feel free to put in your details as well. This should be a learning for all of us. If you're not aware of the Tech Control Room series, these are 12 30-minute webinars. Today is the first one that we're going to be exploring every Wednesday at 1 p.m. And giving you one bite-sized learning, one key thing that you can take away and learn from today, and hopefully get something, start using some of the tools that you're potentially paying for, and start using some of the features that maybe you're not aware of. It's changing all the time. AI is completely changing all the time. It's going so fast at the moment. It's really hard to keep up, even as an AI strategist who's doing this on a daily basis. So as I mentioned, the 3-step system, and I'm going to actually start sharing there now just so that you have a chance to actually look at it as well into the chat. Some files that I want to offer you for being part of this now as well today. And that is, oh no, one of them didn't save. I'm going to have to just double check to save that as well. And here are the hooks. So here are 2 different folders. Bear with me now while I stop screen sharing for a second. those are two folders that are going to offer you opportunities to basically create different types of content. One of them are hooks. These are hooks that I have collected that are working really well on social media. And the other one then is a folder of different types of A and B roll that you could potentially get for your for your business, no matter what your business is. You can use these to generate and create content for yourself and then plug that in to into Canva. Multitasking doesn't work. Now we're back again. So the 3-step system, we're really looking at planning, creating content, and editing today. Looking at the planning, that's where the hook and story formula comes into it. Where are you gathering inspiration? Where are you saving ideas? And if you have any tips and tricks that you can add into the chat, feel free to do so. We can all learn from each other here as well. It's a really important part of it, the planning of it. Probably something that we and again, as a busy business owner, I know myself, there are times where it comes to 9 o'clock at night and I'm like, oh, what am I going to put a post up today? Or is it too late to have posted up today? So, where can we actually plan? Where can we actually look at having some content that's ready for us for those days that just get away from us? It happens more often than not, I'm sure, for you too. The creating content, so using A and B roll images. As I said, one of the documents that I have added in there is a list of different types of shots you could take, potentially even in an hour in a day, if you got your props right, if you had your timings right, maybe your outfits planned out, and you could shoot them all potentially in a day, or and just have an entire batch of content for yourself, B-roll and A-roll images that you can use to create content for yourself that is completely unique to you. Now, we are going to look at some of the stock images that you could potentially look at as well, and stock videos. We can't always be creating content all the time, or maybe you don't have time. Canva has an amazing array of templates, has an amazing array of stock images and videos, and I'm going to share with you some of those as well. And then repurposing content. And I think this is one of the magic parts about the Magic Studio now with content there as well. You can have an image and you can replicate it, you can duplicate it, you can change the colors, you can change so much about that one image. You can create 10 to 15, 100 images. There's no limit to it anymore. So are you repurposing that content? If you're shooting something and if it works really well as a 4-second reel, or maybe as a soundbite, maybe you've done a video and you created a webinar like I am today, is there a way that you could potentially use images and shots from that one piece of content and repurpose it using Canva as well? And then looking at the editing. So as I've already mentioned, Magic Studio, have you explored the Canva apps that are out there that can really transform your images and potentially just level them up a little bit more as well? And then again, because Canva has already this out view, you can resize and repurpose your content depending on what platform it's on. Now, as I said, this is a 12-part series. We are going to be going into other elements of this throughout the 12 weeks as well. I really, really want to just help you today to focus on batch creating that content. Like, that's the mission for today. So that's where our focus is going to be for today. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me afterwards, or again, join one of the later webinars to potentially get one of your answers from it as well. Now, when it comes to planning, one thing that I would like you to consider is, where are you getting your design inspiration from? Do you have potentially a folder on your phone, or where is it that you're getting it from? All of these were made directly through Canva. Is there something else that you could potentially do using Canva, or is there a way that you haven't been thinking about how to use Canva and its templates before? So where are you getting your inspiration? Do you have an inspiration folder? And what is it that's blocking you? That's always the first question that I would ask somebody. It's, what is blocking you? What is stopping you? Is it time? Then let's batch create. Is it actually the designs themselves? Well, then come to me and we can talk a little bit more about what design elements are there. We're going to be discussing it a little bit more today, but where is it that you're stuck? Figure out that problem first. Now, I'm just going to take you away for a second and I'm going to show you, if you have had a moment to have a look at the hook and story guide that I have shared. If there's any issues, can you please let me know in the chat and I will address it there as well. But if you got this is the hook and story guide. I go through a little bit about my 3 golden rules in it. There's a bit of, I suppose, information there about a one-pager that I would recommend you get when you're speaking with AI. But here's the hook and story system that I've created that is going to allow you to create the 36 individual pieces of content, right? And I have left all the information down here. So that has been come through in the chat. I will add it into the email when I'm sending the recording as well, just so that you have it. But it has all of the steps and what you can do with it after that as well. So it's very simple. You need to know the who, what, where, when, why, and how of your audience, who you are, who your business is as well. If you were to give your business a personality, all 3 of these combined can be really, really powerful. And if you can write out those stories for yourself and share that with AI, it can be absolutely fantastic. But what we really want to do is get AI to fill out this story matrix to give you 36 really interesting and unique to you stories that your customer really does want. And if you think about the 3 different types of stories that we potentially have, we have the stories we're telling, the stories we're selling, and the stories that we're promoting. And the stories that we're telling might be the ones that are a bit more funny, they're a bit raw, they're the ones that are connecting us to the audience that we currently have. The stories that we're selling are potentially to people that we want to buy into our story. They're the people that we want to come into the story. They're the non-followers, if for want of a better term. And all of these have slightly different angles. And so by kind of positioning this story matrix, you've got your business, your audience, the solution they're looking for, the results, the social proof, and behind the scenes. And you've got this who, what, where, when, how, why. And as you can imagine, the intersection has really interesting stories. And again, if you are really, really stuck for what to do, it's a fascinating and fantastic way to just have 36 stories that are unique to your business. So the hook and story system, the who, what, where, when, how, and I'm just going to make sure you're currently sharing. Yes, I was talking to you as if I was sharing the other screen. I do apologize. So this is the ChatGPT. Again, this can actually be done in Canva as well. If you don't have ChatGPT, don't feel like you need to go out and buy ChatGPT to do this or start using ChatGPT. I'm all about keeping it simple. Magic Write is now available on Canva, so you could even actually have this conversation with Canva instead of ChatGPT. I prefer the ChatGPT interface instead of the Magic Write, but again, it's all about what you're familiar with, and even the way you talk to it, it's all about your own preferences, and I always do emphasize that as well. So I've included the hook and story system, and I've asked ChatGPT to fill this out for me. It did an okay job on it, but I felt like it needed a bit more details, so I added in some more details there. So it updated it here for me. From there, I added in this second image, and I said, and again, I just copy and pasted this and put it straight into ChatGPT, and I said, fill out the story matrix attached with content ideas that fit between these intersections. Exactly what I explained to you there a moment ago. And it came out with these 36 different stories here, and different content ideas. You know, real progress without hustle. After 2 weeks, my calendar felt lighter. You know, different possible testimonials. Now, again, the social proof, I would definitely go and make sure it is actual social proof that you have. But it gives you kind of some potential ideas, maybe even ways that you could talk to your customers about different elements and ask them, you know, is this true? Have certain things happened? But as you can see, 36 unique story ideas specific to TEC Elzingre consultancy. So I asked it then, I wanted to move these all into one list. And there's a really good key reason why for this. So it moved it all into one list here. And then what I did was put in the storytelling hooks that I have included into the chat there as well. Now there's over 150 hooks in that document there for you. So obviously we don't need all 150 hooks, we just need 36 of them. Now there's 2 ways about going about this. You can ask ChatGPT to do it. For the I suppose for today's session, that is what I chose to do. You yourself can go through it and handpick it as well. each are an option, but I asked I put in the storytelling hooks and I asked it to match one hook with each of the 36 content ideas you have created. And this is the list that it has come up with, 36 stories. And as you can see, I'm going to be blunt, if your mentor can't explain it, simply it's not mastery. You know, there are really good hooks that I could potentially use then as content ideas for my story. Now I have my story, now I have my hook. I want to compilate them into a CSV. This is the next section of it then now as well. So here's what I've asked it to do. I said, I want to move this into a CSV. Can you create only a list of the perfectly matched content ideas and hook ideas you have created without the headers or original ideas? So as you can see here, it has the content idea and it has the hook. Now I still want this because this is going to be really golden for me when I'm actually starting to create my content. But for the purpose of moving it onto Canva, all I really want is the hook itself. So you can see here that it's actually created it here. I've copied this and I've moved it onto a Google Sheet or an Excel spreadsheet. What you want to do is download this as an Excel file then. So it's moved them all very quickly onto an Excel file for me. I have 36 different content ideas. Now, just to go back into my presentation here, and I'll show you what happens next. Just have to change the screen there now again. Now, again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them into the chat or reach out to me afterwards. No problem at all with either of these options. And as I said, this feature, unfortunately, it's only available on the free version, or sorry, the paid version of Canva. It's not on the free version, but you have an option called Bulk Create. Now, if you haven't ever used it before, you might need to go into Apps. And when you go into the App Store, you can just type in Bulk Create and it will come up. But the icon looks like this. And it should be down on this window here. So in order to access this part, I've gone into design, I've picked out a design. Now I'm most often on Instagram, LinkedIn, or TikTok. So the kind of design sizes that I might be using might be social media size, Instagram poster, Instagram, or LinkedIn size, or maybe an Instagram reel, etc. So for the sake of this one, because I just want to create a template out of this, I have just put in an Instagram size for the time being, and I'm clicking Bulk Create. And what's going to happen there once you've clicked Bulk Create is this screen comes up here. So we're on option 1. You have the option to move, enter your data manually. You have your option to put in your sheet, which is what we want to do. We want to insert the Excel sheet, CSV sheet that we have already put in, okay? And then what it's going to do is going to ask you to connect the data. So we've inserted our sheet, and you'll see that there is a window that comes up and basically shows you that the sheet has been uploaded properly. And then we're going to click Connect Data. We're going to click on this space here, see where it says this is a template. And what we want to do then is generate the 35 images. So it's essentially then going to connect that information onto, oh, I've forgotten the one. No, okay. So what it basically does is show, it will look like this in the end of it. Go into project here. So these are ones that I've been messing around with myself, but as you can imagine, it's basically uploaded all 36 and they look like this originally, okay? So these are the 36, they've all been uploaded for me, and now I can start to edit them myself. I can choose which ones I want to use for, of course, now I've opened about 20 of these, and there we go. You have your 36 words, that's your hook already on it. You can decide to put that into an image. You can decide to chop and change them into reels. You can resize them. But you have your 36 ideas already now set up in Canva for you. You can keep them as quotes if you wanted. You can use those 36 stories, and you can get ChatGPT or Canva to change around the stories to suit reels instead of it, and to create scripts if you wanted. There's so many different possibilities you can do with those 36 stories, and then you can upload them as a CSV using that bulk create function. And you can create, again, Instagram posts, Instagram reels, TikTok reels, LinkedIn posts, LinkedIn videos, whatever way it suits you. You can do all of that automatically then through Canva. Now, obviously, as we already kind of mentioned as well, what's really important there is where you're storing those ideas, and you're storing your content ideas. And there's a few different ways to go about looking at this. So first and foremost, you can go on to Instagram, and you can look at, or sorry, not just Instagram, but any of the social media platforms that you have, and you can get some inspiration from potential competitors or other people who are doing content that you would like to do. Save those into a folder for yourself, and have a content day where you come back and you start looking at how you're going to build that out. Then you also have the likes of Notion, Google Drive, Airtable. You can actually connect these now to Canva as well, so that you have direct access to all of those content ideas if you want to. You have a content planner built in to Canva that you can schedule and actually have your content already there and ready to send if you want, or you can just even use it without actually doing the post function, so that you can actually plan your content directly onto Canva without actually using its schedule function as well, which is a really handy way to go about it, because now you have a lovely map for the week for yourself, and those 9 o'clock, stressors where you're thinking, oh, I need to post something, I haven't posted something in a week's time, are less likely to happen if you have that content planner out. Once you have those images already created, and if you haven't set up a brand template, again, this is only available on the paid version of it. You can have your brand template, which are, different maybe templates that you have created yourself that you like to use. Your logos, your colors, the fonts, etc., that you have with it. You can go into that batch creation function and, apply the style behind that writing for yourself, so that you have something already created. Just be very careful. The apply style to all pages doesn't match up with the wording in itself. So it is a little bit more manual. You are better off picking the image that you want to go behind the wording. So if you wanted 36 Instagram quotes, or Instagram single post images, that's a way to do it. You can also, again, have brand templates that are videos, and if they were B-roll videos and you just wanted to have the text behind what it is that you're saying as a text overlay, you can do that as well. It's just a really, really cool feature. I think it saves so much time. The fact that you already have your ideas now already into Canva, you can just go to that folder anytime you want and have something to upload as well. If you have any questions, please do let me know. These are, again, some of the ones that I have created, again, using that 36 hook and story formula, and again, just including different types of video content onto it instead. Videos that I have created myself and just uploaded onto Canva, and then just put behind those wordings. Just a really easy and simple way to get all of that done. Before we kick off, I just want to let you know I am running a 3-hour workshop starting the 27th of June. These are normally priced €147. There is a 2-for-1 offer currently on them. If you go onto Eventbrite, it should be there already as well. And there is a 20% discount code that is going to be included in the email and the follow-up as well. But this is for 1 week only. So just to, again, explore some of the really cool tools and everything else, I do want to leave some time for Q&A at the end of this as well. And again, feel free to put any questions that you have into the chat function as well. If you haven't checked out the Dream Lab, it is essentially the Canva's AI generation. It is the way that you can create your own images with AI as well. As you can see, the wording has come along really well. The people have come along amazingly, as well as animals and things like that as well. You know, within the last kind of 6 months or so, AI has really started, generative AI has absolutely exploded and gotten so much better. But because of some of the tools that you have as well, if you ask it's Dreamlab to create an image like this, you can now use its Magic Studio to correct some of it as well, so that you don't have to try and reinvent the wheel each and every time. You can see here it says a prop style. I've just outlined this, and I'm going to use edit text. So I've just grabbed the text here, and I'm going to fix up the text with that one to fix that image for myself, so that I don't have to regenerate it all over again. The other options are things like Magic Grab, where you can grab just the figures that you want from particularly a photo or something like that if you wanted to change the background. There's now also a background generator, so that you don't even have to go about doing that yourself. It can generate a whole new background for you. Again, if you just go into the Magic Studio, if you click into any image that you have, and the Magic Studio is available there, and you can essentially change each and every one of these elements. There is as well the blend option, which I think is a really cool one. It's new, it's in the app section again, and it helps to just seamlessly blend one image that you have into a background image as well, so that you can create different images, different posters for yourself as well. Again, looking at the Magic Edit here, we wanted to change around something to maybe suit our brand colors a bit more. You can now take an image like this and actually just change the one element that you want in it as well. Again, this is another way of just taking one image and potentially getting 100 different types of content out of that one image, so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel each and every time you're trying to create content for yourself. Magic Animate is another one in the Magic Studio. You can click on an element, you can click on words, and you can talk about, you can add it to different music sounds, etc. if you wanted to make it work in itself. So imagine you have your 36 pieces of content, you've added the images into the background, you've placed the words the way that you want to place them, and now you're using Magic Studio to edit it the way that you want, using different elements like the magic element, or the magic edit, magic animate, and just animate that one image so that you have that shared for yourself afterwards as well. Artlist, if you haven't checked out those videos, I absolutely love it. I really recommend. You can just go into your elements, go into videos, and look up at Artlist. And there's some really cool stock videos here by this as well. Again, just making sure that you are checking something that is your aesthetic and suits your vibe, suits your tone as well. But you can put this into the background of a particular image if you want as well. And again, here's just a look at what the magic right looks like. You can change around, again, you know, if you've copied and pasted, or just duplicated this image and wanted to change it slightly, you can use the magic right to potentially change it slightly for yourself as well, and create another post simply from the first post. And especially if something has worked really well for you on social media, it could be a good option to do that as well. So this is just a look then at the if you wanted to put stuff on using the calendar. Now, if I'm going to stop the screen there and just ask if anybody does have any questions for it. My favorite subscription, yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Kira. Absolutely brilliant, guys. I'm sorry that it took so long to get through all of it. I hope you learned something from it today. And as I said, the TEC Control webinar series is continuing on. We do have the prompt framework next week, which is a framework that you can use no matter what LLM you are currently subscribed to. And if you have any questions or any follow-ups on Canva, please do let me know. Thank you, Nicola. I'm really glad you got some great tips there. And I, again, always appreciate any feedback that you get. I hope the documents work out well for you. And again, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Thanks, Yasmina, and thanks for joining again, everyone, today. I will be sending this again, as I said, as a recording as well. If you have any further questions, let me know. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Annette. It's been an absolutely pleasure. Thank you all so much again for joining today, and take care. Have a lovely Wednesday, and looking forward to seeing you next week.